like through the mountains. Hey guys, so I'm coming back with another video. It's like the first time in like, I don't know, maybe like what, 3 months. And this is Lesley. If you don't know her, we are going to be doing a kind of like an experience video when we went to Nationals back in November. I actually have a video that I'll post down below from like kind of like a vlog from it, so that's pretty cool if you want to look that up. So let's get started.
First, I think we should mention our shirts. So we didn't plan.
Oh yeah, we didn't even plan this. So
alright, you can go first.
So I guess I'll start out from departure at 5 a.m. So we had to get to the school at like, what was it, like 5?
It was like
5:30. We had to be there with like luggage and everything in the gym at like 5 a.m.
Drug searcher.
And we all just stood in the band room, and then so we didn't actually end up leaving the school till like 7. So like all the kids started coming into the parking lot for school, and they're just like, oh,
Big 5 charter buses leaving.
you know. And so we finally got out around like 7:30, and then we were driving on the road for say like an hour before we hit Tennessee. No, it was like 2 hours.
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah, we hit Tennessee in about 2 hours, and then from there we went to Go ahead.
Didn't we stop at that? No, that was on the way to Atlanta. We stopped at that ghetto restaurant with all those blackbirds.
Yeah, that was at Atlanta, but we did stop at like the little rest stop area in the middle of Tennessee. You know, and then we started driving, and of course the roads in Tennessee are like through the mountains, so
Yeah.
don't try to pee on those buses because that doesn't work. So we got to about Kentucky around, I'd say like noon-ish, and there was like this little like plaza, I guess, and basically you had like 3 options. It was like Subway, Taco Bell, and McDonald's. So like band kids, we just ate at McDonald's.
Yeah,
and
everyone there.
if you watch the vlog of Nationals, you'd notice that the straws in Kentucky are blue. Like everywhere else are like white or like clear, but in Kentucky they're blue. Oh, okay. And then
we went to Dollar Tree.
that was fun. I bought fairy wings, a little twirling ribbon baton thing, and then a coloring book. And everyone judged me, but I was good for like 4 hours.
And then Kentucky was born, so...
And there's only one Kentucky Fried Chicken that we saw.
We went all the way through Kentucky, and there was only
like,
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
like this is Tennessee, and then this is what's above Kentucky.
Did we want to go there?
Yeah, we did. We went to like a part of it, like 30 minutes. Anyway, so there's Tennessee, Kentucky. Is it West Virginia? No, we didn't hit West Virginia. It might have been.
I've been on so many road trips in the past few months.
Was it Indiana?
It might be Indiana.
Anyway, so there's some state above Kentucky, and so we literally went like
After that.
But anyway, and like you don't understand how long Kentucky is until you drive through it with like
All we saw was churches and
trees.
cows and fields for like 3 hours. And then we got there we got in our little Auschwitz camp at 7.
Yeah, we got there like
7:30.
7-ish, like 7. No, it was like right around 7.
Yeah,
Because we
like
practiced.
7.
No, we got there like 6:30 because we ate, and then we practiced at 7. Yeah, so they were like, oh, there's a cafeteria. Let's get all the band kids in one big circle and let's just practice for the hell of it. I'm like,
Right before
yeah. Then we all got in uniform, and you don't understand how big our band is. We have like 230 plus kids, and we're all dysfunctional as hell. And you have this one little house thing that's like, no joke, the size of like a normal house across the street. And okay, there was 18 kids per room.
Yeah. And we all slept on bunk beds, and like all the bunk beds were facing
They were
different
literally
ways.
like,
It was like
we'll put a picture in of them.
It was like I have a picture. It was like a Tetris game or something.
And like no, the worst game was finding an outlet.
Yeah, good thing my room had, or someone brought power strips.
And then, so we all got ready, and we were all in uniform, and they're like, okay, suit up. So we got our jackets on. You don't understand. It's like bibbers, jackets, a hat, a plume, an instrument, getting on the bus.
Yeah, first you have all your instruments, and all these people have huge instruments, and we have to take it on the bus all the way to the stadium.
Which was like a good 15 or 20 minutes away.
And we haven't seen the stadium, so as soon as we see it,
we're like, oh my god, pictures. And then you have like 5,000 iPhones, because that's all our band is iPhones. I'm Androids.
Yeah.
For the lesser half.
It's like Team Android, Team iPhone. That's all it is.
And then some kids have flip phones, like Michael. But yeah, and then so we got to Lucas Oil. We didn't know what the hell was going on, because we were in Indiana at like 9 o'clock at night, outside Lucas Oil Stadium at Nationals, whatever, you know. And so all of a sudden we see Carmel walk in front of us. We're like, oh, just
Jesus.
Carmel. If you don't know who Carmel is, then get out.
You're a much of an
But all of a sudden we were just like, it was Jesus. It was great. And then they performed after us.
Yeah, they performed because my dad was like, y'all are as good as Carmel, and I'm like, oh, you're funny. You're funny, but they were good.
I didn't like their show this year. I didn't really like the whole tribal thing.
Yeah.
It was like stupid. And anyway, so we go under Lucas Oil Stadium, because like here's the stadium, and then we were like, bye. We went down this long hill, the tunnels of the stadium. It was like going to the catacombs. And then we went into this room for like stretch out. You open the door.
It was like hurricane wind.
Like, I don't understand how it's possible. It's just wind. And I'm like, okay.
And then we were warming up, and then we hear, because it's split up. Like you have
there's the big room, and then it's like a curtain dividing it.
There's a band on the other side of the curtain. And we heard our old show from 2 years ago.
And we were like,
oh, this is trippy. They ended up getting like 12th place.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
But yeah.
And then we went to get on the field, and you know, we're lining up in the tunnel, and all of a sudden there's jingling from my pocket. I'm like, god damn it, there's change in my pocket. And so I get on the ground to do our pre-show, because you know we lay down on the ground for our pre-show.
We do this whole like.
Yeah. And we stand back up, and I pick my instrument. All of a sudden, it all runs down my leg. So I left a good 75 cents on Lucas Oil Stadium.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Whoever
that cleanup guy got paid well that night. And so we performed prelims. I didn't think it was that good of a run, personally, but it was just semifinals. And then me and this kid, I have another kid who's a sophomore named Santino, who's like Middle Eastern. He's kind of weird. But all of a sudden, there's a part in our show where we switch lines like that, and all of a sudden we went. I'm like, and of course, like, you know, when they record like the show and make it all pretty, like they put the camera right on us when that happened. Like, okay. And then, you know, we left Lucas Oil around maybe midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Because, you know, our band director doesn't do anything but talk.
Then we went back to stop it. Then we went back to Auschwitz.
And then, you know, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. And so I didn't even take a shower that night. I was like, I'll just take one in the morning. I don't even want to deal with it. Because, you know, it's like 1 a.m. I've been up since 5 a.m. that morning. We did nothing but ride a bus and eat McDonald's and march in Nationals.
The life struggle.
That was the struggle. And then, you know, I woke up early. And, of course, you know, taking a shower was...
Yeah, these bathrooms were pretty ratchet. And, like, they had, like... 4 shower stalls, and they didn't even have curtains. I think they had to buy curtains for us.
Yeah, they
didn't even stretch all the way around them.
I'm pretty sure they were made for like the single, like with the 3 walls curtains.
Yeah.
And cause like, say there was one bathroom stall, like the curtain would come like halfway. I'm like,
it was awkward. And then by the time you got in the shower, the water was cold. Or coldish. At least in our shower was. And there was people walking around naked, and I'm like, I don't want to see that much.
And our band director was like halfway naked, walking around, just like.
And then where did that semifinalist day, like before awards, we went to go eat at.
No, we skipped a day. We skipped a Friday.
Yeah, that was before we went to.
We didn't explain it.
No, isn't that what I'm explaining right now? Whenever we went
to
Golden Corral.
No. You're talking about after we performed.
Oh.
Well, there was Friday that we had kind of like a free day, but really we just...
holiday thing. We went to that mall, which was like 7 stories.
We went there twice, didn't we, that day?
Yeah, we went there like before, and then we had to meet up back for awards or something.
Basically, it was our free day, and we were trapped inside Lucas Oil Stadium all day.
By ourselves, we could just do whatever we wanted. And then we went to the mall at one point.
It was this giant, like, 7-story circle mall.
That mall was the most confusing mall I've ever been to.
And, like, I think we saw hobos having sex. I'm not sure.
Was I walking beside you when that happened?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because, like, there's a part from Lucas Oil where there's a walkway and there's, like, a bridge. And, you know, you walk under the bridge to go to the mall. Well, there's a sleeping bag and there's 2 people in it and it was moving. What were they doing? I don't want to know.
It was actually a really clean city.
Yeah, except for, like, you know, I kind of miss breathing clean air. You really don't know, like, what smog is until you go to, like, Indianapolis. It's like, ugh.
We felt so cool walking around town. Like, we felt we were in New York City.
I know. I'll put a picture in from, like, my phone on Instagram right here. And then after that, we went back to Lucas Oil. You know, we're in our little, like, band blog, and it's semifinals. It's like, no, not semifinals. It's prelim awards. And, you know, it's kind of like mixed feelings right at this point. You know, they announced 30 semifinalists, and then they announced 6 after, just to kind of equal out the divisions, because there were, like...
Yeah, if each class didn't get represented, then they could, the maximum that could make it is up to 6 more.
Like, say there was one, like, single A band, that's automatic. So they have to put a few more in. Does that make... Yeah. Well, you know, they're announcing them. You know, we're all... Anyway. You know, we get, like, 25. We're all counting on our fingers. It's getting, you know, really sketch. And, you know, 29...
Well, they announced Blue Springs.
Oh, yeah, we're Boiling Springs, and then they have Blue Springs. And I think at one point we tried Springs, and we were like...
Yeah, we heard Springs, we heard Blue... And then, because it, like, echoes really bad, and then it was like, Springs, and we were like... And then we looked up on the Jumbotron, and it said Blue Springs, and we were like...
And then Jenny's mom was up screaming. Oh. And then... You know, they got the 29th, and I remember looking at my friend Harley and being like, we're going home tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then they were like, our 30th national semifinalist, and they announced us, and I was like,
are you kidding me?
bye.
I say that all the time now.
But yeah, they announced our band last, of course, because that's who we are.
That's our luck.
But okay, this is already it was like 5 minutes of screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by the time we were done screaming, they've already announced the 6 remaining bands. So that just, yeah. And then, you know, awards were already at like 10 o'clock. And they lasted an hour. So we didn't actually get on the buses till like 12:30. Our performance time was 8:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. We had to leave the camp by 6.
Mm-hmm. Which means we had to go straight to bed, and all these people still had to get showers. The next morning, people had to get showers.
So people were up at like I know the color guard was up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, they had to get up early to do their makeup and stuff.
Hair and stretch and just.
I couldn't be in color guard.
Yeah. And like, not to mention, being on a band trip is stressful. Cause we had to be in the lot by 6:30.
Yeah, we had to be parked at 6:30, and then we had to be at warm up at a certain time, which
at 7.
Arrangements.
So we were waiting in the tunnel for like 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it felt like forever. It was so weird, like going to semis and people or performing at prelims, and there was like 4 people there, and then when we performed for semis.
Oh, and we were warming up for semis. The same band we warmed up with at prelims was there, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was cool.
And then we ended up placing, like, what was it, 27th?
Yeah, we got 27th.
Which, I mean, last time our band went, they got, like, 32nd. But
they didn't make it. They didn't make semis. I want to say they made, like, 37th or something.
Yeah, they didn't do that. But see, like, personally, the placement didn't matter to me. I just wanted to make semis.
I was just happy we made semis. And then we made top 28, so we were on the DVD.
No. And then, you know, we stayed and we watched. No, after we performed semis, we got on the bus. You know, we're all dying at this point because they fed us every morning with, like, Pop-Tarts and juice.
And these, like, little
muffins.
Nutrition bars.
It was straight up ratch.
Our band is cheese.
Yeah. And then, so we got on the bus and, you know, or no we didn't. We got back to Auschwitz, which is the camp we didn't name because it was straight up.
I felt like I was at a concentration camp.
Yeah. And so we got back and, you know, we did our little circle meeting and he was like, we just heard Golden Corral. We were like,
yeah, we went to Golden Corral. Like,
no joke, that buffet was gone in like 2 seconds.
But there was like nowhere to sit there. 250 kids coming in there.
And we had to fit into one section.
Yeah.
So, I remember me, Kelsey, Connor, and Harley ended up all sitting at like a 2-person table.
Yeah, we had like 8 people at a 4-person table at my table. It was a struggle.
And Blake pissed me off with the, he needs the whole side to himself. I was like,
no.
But, and then
went
back
to the stadium. We went back to the stadium and then we went to the mall to eat dinner.
That was after awards because we stayed in this. We stayed in the Lucas Oil and we went to the very top little area to sit. So we were like, oh.
Yeah, it wasn't even worth like going. So I think I just got up and left.
I know I watched Elodie Bell and
I watched Carmel
and I watched
Walled Lake.
Central.
I watched Walled Lake because my friend was in it.
And freaking Round Rock.
I didn't see them. I was walking around.
How did you not see?
I was walking around. I left like right before they performed. Yeah,
Round
I have a biffle in
Round Rock is Bay. Round Rock is Bay. Oh yeah, but we can't.
Cut that out.
Yeah, we can't say anything about that right now. But anyway, so we stayed and we watched awards, which, I mean, we weren't planning on making finals, but I looked over to my friend Morgan and I was like, watch Carmel get second and we get first in our class, and all of a sudden they said second place. Carmel was like, oh. that was fun. And then Sunday we just traveled back home.
And then we were like dead tired, and the next day in band, we actually had a free day for once.
Oh yeah, because normally, I went just to watch the video. And then, like, I went that day to see if we got like a shout out, but no.
No, because our school doesn't give us shit about band. We could seriously be like #1 in the world. And
they'd be like, well, football got 3rd in the state.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so.
Sorry, our football team is.
Nation.
They're a Bulldog Nation.
Well, we've gone on for almost 20 minutes, so we might as well just end this. So, subscribe to me. She has a channel, but I don't know if she wants.
I never post.
Yeah,
videos.
She has like 6 subscribers.
Oh well, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, she does.
It saddens me deeply.
Bye, guys.